All right, guy talk on serious and silliness. The news with me and Justin from Brooklyn. What's up, dude?
What's up, Johnny?
All right, we got some funny shit in the news though this week. So it's been some time. It's been what, about a week and a half?
About 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe a week. I don't know.
yeah, a week and a half or something like that. Do you want to do the funny stuff first?
Yeah.
Okay, so we do the funny stuff first. All right. So here's the first article that's really funny. And this isn't shocking to anybody, but there was a study done, and it says male feminists are twice as more likely than non-feminist men to use erectile dysfunction medicine. When they when they taking their ass from the boyfriend, they gotta
Pump up the fucking testosterone.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Erectile dysfunction is more likely to be a problem if you're a male feminist, according to a recent study published in the Journal of Sex Research. I have research interest in both masculinity and sexuality. And studied Tony Silva, an assistant professor at Sociology University of British Columbia. But, it's odd. Like, if you're a male feminist, you're not out there chopping wood.
No, you're not iron working. You're not working in trades.
yeah. So you're not doing anything building your testosterone.
You're out there protesting.
yeah. With a bunch of
job, basically.
With a bunch of fat, ugly women that with blue hair.
Bunch of
yeah. And it's just, so obviously your testosterone level is going to be
below normal.
Yeah, and it's just, everything we do, the testosterone level goes up. Your physical work, I don't go to the gym, but you don't go to the gym, rather. I go to the gym.
Yeah, no. I watch the gym.
Yeah, exactly. But, when you have a physical trade or like when you're outside, all those things increase your testosterone. And there's another study done that men's testosterone since 1980 has dropped 1% every year.
Well, everyone's a fucking. Why is my head not cooperating?
Because you need a haircut. You got to get one.
I'm getting one tomorrow.
Are you really?
Well, yeah. Well, they also. What did I saw? It was. I don't know how true it is, but it was also because of all the vaccine, like the vaccines you and I took as babies.
Yeah.
That our parents get, like measles and serious shit, polio.
Yeah.
Dude, it like fucking quadrupled the amount of fucking shit they're pumping into these kids now.
Yeah.
That's why all these kids are fucking farted.
Yeah.
Everyone's having an autistic kid. It's like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's not only that. There's more to it than that. Obviously kids are not as active.
No, they're not.
They don't have. Yeah, right. They don't have to leave the house to entertain themselves. And then parents are lazier, right? So as long as the kids are entertaining themselves. My sister's
one of those parents.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows somebody like that. The parents are lazier, so it's not like a proactive parent will, even though you might live on a block or with no kids, a proactive parent is going to make sure that his kid is in karate, swimming, baseball, football, whatever, gymnastics, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll be able to socialize. But a not proactive parent, which is a lot of them, as long as if they're home and they're playing video games and they're on Netflix and the kids are getting fat, obviously your testosterone level is going to drop, because even when we were kids, if you didn't have proactive parents, you went out and played.
Well, that's what especially in the summertime, it was, because I was always that kid that woke up early, and my mother would be like, "All right, get the fuck out of the house."
Yeah.
I gotta clean. I gotta vacuum. Whatever. I gotta mop the floors.
Yeah.
And then I was outside. I was like, okay, yeah. Now it's like, do I have to? It looks hot out there.
Yeah. And, porn is so much more readily available now.
I know. I could listen, dude. I used to jerk off to the lingerie section in the Macy's catalog.
Yeah, me too.
It was like a woman in thigh highs. I'm like, oh yeah.
See
those toes.
But the thing is, if you're not going outside and you're getting fat, and there's easily readily available porn. You're gonna watch porn more as a kid. It's inevitable. It's just inevitable. But we had other distractions besides porn, like going outside, playing stickball, playing with your friends,
Yeah.
actually meeting girls when you're in like junior high school and high school and trying to get laid.
And that was the big thing. That was like, oh, I gotta get my fucking
Do you remember how old were you the first time you got laid?
I was a late bloomer. Was I? I was in high school already.
Yeah, me too.
My first job, I'd never forget that. Jesus Christ.
My
I was like, what the fuck? I thought I fucking got abducted by aliens. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was definitely out of the box experience. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck?
Well,
like,
how old were you?
It was a teen night. So I was a teenager. I was probably 14. It was freshman. It was probably 96.
Wow. Yeah.
Freshman year high school.
Yeah, I was about 14 too.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah. I had just moved to Staten Island. And I was on the beach on Staten Island, and this one fat girl like blew 3 of us.
Nice.
Yeah, but there was not a good experience for me though. I'm not gonna lie.
Wasn't? You didn't finish?
No, I didn't finish. I was so nervous. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was just horrible. I did it from like peer pressure. I was like, well, everybody else is getting I might as well.
Yeah. I don't know how this fat bitch smoke my pole too. No, my first one, yeah, I remember it. I remember it like it was fucking like last night. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this is fucking insane.
Well, who was it?
Nah, I can't say that.
All right, don't say the name, but give us the scenario. Give us the situation.
Remember the catering hall on 18th Avenue?
Oh yeah. They had teen night.
And then it was the 70 Bull Gravano got married there.
Yeah. And then they used to have teen night, right? And they
so they did the teen night, and it was like in the main ballroom, and yeah, we left. She went to Bishop Kearney. I went to Bishop Ford.
You went to Bishop Ford, really?
For a year and a half.
And then you got thrown out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then so she's like, "Come on, let's get out of here." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, I was this little horny kid.
Yeah, right.
And then she was like a pro at it. So I'm like, wait.
Was she the same age as you?
Yeah, of course she was.
Wow, that means she's been doing this since wow.
I'm like, this is the first time this happened to me. This can't be normal.
Wow. And she was like, yeah, I do this every week.
Yeah, dude, I came, I'm like you just a fucking ghost came out of my body. I sat on those stairs in the alleyway. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That was great. Yeah, I walked all the way home back to Fonda Parkway and 72nd Street.
Did you really?
Yeah, from 18. Yeah, I walked.
That's a walk. Holy shit!
Yeah, those are long blocks. Those are
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. I was like, I felt like the man, bro. Yeah. I know what it was gonna fuck with me. I felt like I felt like I was gone. Like I gained somebody's life just by fucking. Like I was like the Matrix guy.
Yeah. That's
what I felt like. I was like, who's better than me?
It's always like that.
School Monday morning, I felt like such hot shit. I'm like, you don't believe what the fuck happened to me? Fucking, I got my dick was in someone's mouth.
It felt
and it was a chick.
It felt like a resurrection.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what Jesus felt like when he fucking came back. 3 days later. Full job. Like, whoa! And next thing you know, it's Easter Sunday.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking wild. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Holy shit.
But the first time I got laid, that's funny because I can't remember that.
Really?
I can't remember.
See, I remember that. I remember both, obviously.
Oh, I can't. I don't know. It's been I lost count.
Holy shit. All right. Well, the next funny article, which I know you're gonna have a ball with. Apparently, in Philadelphia, there's going to be the first fat people convention, FatCon. And there is going to be a special guest, super fat sex therapist from Temple University.
Is she a black woman?
I think so. It says Temple University.
Right?
I think, is it? I'm not sure. Temple University plans to host a conference for fat people, by fat people, for fat people, by fat people, with fat people. Philly Fat, October 28th to 29th. Philadelphia's first ever fat-focused conference will host fat speakers, influencers, performers, and more. Sonali Rashatoire, I guess she's like some kind of Indian. The fat sex therapist defines thinness as a white supremacist beauty ideal.
Oh, yeah, because I've never seen a fucking skinny African in my life.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
come on, it's fucking. First of all, it's not healthy to be fat.
Yeah, obviously. But how do you equate being fat to racism? Like, what does it have to do with white supremacy? Because there's fat people in every race. I don't get it.
I see more fat white people than anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, wow, look at that fat piece of shit.
So because men are attracted to thin, healthy women,
not black men.
Yeah. Well, look, curvy is a different story, right?
Listen, I'm there. I'm not there. I don't know. This is a touchy subject for me because my grandma's fat. Well, she's not fat, but she's overweight. Well, she's also 89.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have diabetes, which is weird.
Okay. Why is it a touchy subject for you, though? Everybody's got a family member that's fat.
Well, I got a few. Like, not the immediate family, because we're all fucking thin. I have a belly. That's from the beer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like obese. Like, the most obese people I see are fucking white.
Yeah.
That's usually white trash.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about this. No, you know what? There's a lot of fat black women.
Well, yeah. Well, they
a lot of fat black women.
Black lives, they love that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. When I went down, my brother, he's a Marine. So he graduated boot camp in Paris Island, in South Carolina, back in 2004. Dude, down there, everyone's mixed. Everyone, it's black, white. Everyone's well. It's not like you grew up in a tiny neighborhood in Brooklyn or in this town,
right?
So everyone was mixed. So it was weird because every fat white woman you saw was with some skinny black guy.
Yeah, always.
Every fat black woman was with some skinny white guy.
Really?
What the fuck is going on? I couldn't wait to get home. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
I got to get out of here. What planet did I just land on?
I was like, whoa, we just drove 9 hours to land on fucking Mars.
Holy shit. Yeah, I don't like.
Whatever. Some guys like fat chicks.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is it's only lower middle class broke guys that like fat chicks. If you ever noticed,
well, they must have the money.
Right. When a man is relatively successful and from relatively successful to successful, and he has a choice, because that's when he's able to have a choice, they don't pick fat women. No. They don't
fucking leg than
they might pick curvy women. That's different.
Curvy
is I don't mind a little pudge if
that.
Yeah, me too. Everybody.
But, yeah, but fat like obese, but it's
like fat, big fat. Because if you're, not only if you think about it, if you are a fat person, if you're a girl and you're a fat person and you're a guy, right?
Yeah,
she's lazy.
Oh yeah, well,
right? Like you said, like when you said before, my mother would have to clean the house, get out of the house, go play. I got to mop the floors or whatever. My mother used to do the same thing. she'd be up vacuuming and so on and so forth. If you have a giant fat girl as a wife, I doubt very seriously she's going to get up early to clean the house every day.
Good luck. She'll have you a fucking. Well, I just ordered a bunch of fucking breakfast foods from McDonald's. Go get it.
DoorDash knows my first name.
Yeah. Well, here comes fucking Heather. Because I feel like that's like I've never met a skinny girl named Heather. It's like a fat girl's name.
Teresa's a fat girl's name too.
Like troll dolls.
Teresa's a fat girl's name. Irene is a fat girl's name.
Irene. Yeah.
Irene. Yeah, there was a girl in high school. Her name was Irene, and everybody called her movie screen Irene. So
movie screen, that's fucked up.
I know. Oh shit! All right. So Jeffy, go ahead. What are you gonna say? Yeah,
that's fucking
movie screen Irene. She was really, and she had like one or two friends, and of course they were like, you know, nerdy outcast type of girls, right?
Meanwhile, she probably gave the best fucking head.
I can't do that though. I don't care how good the head is. It's just when I'm looking at a head that size of a grizzly bear.
I don't care. It could be a fucking silverback.
Excuse me. Yeah, I just I can't. Anyway. So she was very fat, but she was big. She was like over 6 foot tall. She was a big girl.
Oh, one of those, yeah.
But she's like an Amazon chick, but she was very fat, So there was a girl, she was like a cheerleader, and all the guys liked her and everything. Her name was Jessica. And we were on a bus stop, and the girl Jessica's picking on Irene. And Irene's kind of just taking it. And it was like the scene from A Christmas Story where Ralphie finally fights back.
Fucking headed kid.
Yeah. And you see Irene, she starts crying, and then she just tackles her. But she didn't know what she was doing. It was all rage. So it was literally, she just
built up rage too.
Yeah. She just jumped on this girl.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, exactly. And the girl, Irene was on top of her, like choking her, right? Because you're not getting her off. It's impossible. And the girl just was like, get off of me, you fat, and I remember like it was yesterday. She's going, why don't you leave me alone? Just leave me alone. And she's choking this girl and she's crying. And so she stands up. She finally, gets a hold of herself and she stands up. Now all the girls, like, they're not interfering, right? Because this is like happened like that.
Yeah, it's like out of the blue.
And then she finally stands up, and then Jessica pulls her hair and runs away. It's like you can't even take loss with dignity. Like, you just got your ass handed to you. The pulling the hair and running away is not even. It's not getting revenge.
And probably thought, she would have did to her.
Yeah, it was.
That's why. Listen, when I was a kid, I was raised. My father was very, very precise. Like, listen, don't pick on people. Don't be that guy. Don't do that. Like, that's how I was raised. Like, there was. I never heard racial slur until I went to fucking high school. Like, I've never heard a white person say the N-word until I got to high school.
Really?
And I was shocked. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I grew up in the heart of Bensonhurst. That's literally like the second word I heard. It was growing up.
I listen, like a high school. I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe I was just, I don't know, naive, but I don't know. I was raised to always treat everyone the same way that you want to be treated. Treat them with respect.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, okay. And then I did, but then my father was like, the second they get out of hand, treat them accordingly.
Right.
And that's,
right. Okay, next article. When girls say things like, well, if you manifest it into the universe, it'll just come back to you. All that positive thinking. And so apparently there was a psychologist that did a study on manifestation. And basically it just came out with all the dangers of being one of those people that go, just manifest it into the universe. So apparently, let's see. Many people come up to therapy with the wrong idea about manifestation. They ask, okay. So the problem with manifestation is not that it is wholly unscientific. Instead, it's easy to sell a watered down version of it to those who don't know any better or don't really want to work hard. So social media, especially TikTok, notorious for popularizing the concept like liking a post to manifest wealth or power, right? That kind of thing. Ever see a post like that?
The chain letters.
Yeah. These posts often have a pseudo-scientific explanation of how manifestation works. For this ultimately earns a bad rap in scientific circles, so on and so forth. So the idea of translating thought into reality isn't far-fetched. Okay. So here we go. They don't understand the concept of locus of control. Many people who buy into the pop psychology definition of manifestation tend to underestimate their role, their action play, meeting their goals. So, they don't have to work hard. It's just going to happen.
You're handed.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 2, they don't understand goal setting. So anything that really leads to success, these people that say these things don't do. Let's see. There was let's see. Okay, so this guy gives instead of manifestation, he goes, create what's referred to as a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and a time period, which would make sense to anybody who actually opened a business or was successful. Yeah, actually. I just don't know how people buy into this shit. It's just like it just manifests.
Well, it's like the guy who writes the book that says, "Oh, you want to be a millionaire? Buy my book. I'll tell you how."
Yeah, right. Work hard.
Yeah.
But
that's what it is. Listen, I can manifest. Once you get an idea in your head, you have to act on it. You can't.
Absolutely.
You can't. Listen, if I want to start a steel erecting business,
right?
Yeah, I had to go. I had to get a loan from the bank. I had to get insurance. I had to fucking get equipment, trucks. I had to fucking. You need money for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Formula. It's like, all right, God forbid, that my mother dies, and I take, whatever money from the house when it's sold and whatever's in the will. Then that's how it's not gonna fall in your lap. And these people they eat that and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'll just manifest.
I'm
just a rapper.
Yeah, I'll just manifest it.
Listen, I'm gonna be a rapper, and that's it.
Listen, my father wanted to be an electrical contractor when he got his license, and then he took on a partner who had money to invest.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways of having the money to start a business, and it's just, whatever. All right. You want to talk about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. So first I want to talk about the contract, because I didn't realize how much money this guy was making for about 30 seconds of his career. 39, signed a 2-year contract for $75 million. He was due, for $75 million. 2 years for $75 million. I guess there's some signing bonus or whatever. I don't know the whole situation. But then 4 plays into the first game, and he has a season-ending Achilles injury. I don't know much about football. You're gonna have to take this one.
I don't fucking. I watch. Nah, I don't know about football either. But I know for 39, your Achilles. That's like your main thing to even walk.
It's a wrap after
Yeah, what is it gonna do? He's not gonna do anything.
Do you imagine it? Because the guy contracts are guaranteed. Imagine signing a 2-year contract for $75 million, and you don't even get one game out of the guy.
You don't even get a fucking 1 quarter out of it.
You imagine the owner of the team just goes, "Oh,
I'm surprised he didn't fucking shoot himself." That's like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah.
To deserve. The Jet fans were the best. Like, yeah, we got Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna take to the Super Bowl playoffs. Boom, fucking before the first fucking. It was like the 3rd down. The guy fucking tore his shit.
Not even close.
I got this other kid in there.
Yeah,
he was like 24, fresh out of college.
Right.
He's like the backup guy. So it's like, what the fuck? You paid this guy all this money, then I get the.
I would love to know. I would love to know how much the backup guy is getting paid.
Probably $1 million, maybe.
Well, to us, that's a lot. Of money. But
he keeps throwing fucking interceptions too. Like it's like he's throwing to the other team, like basically. I'm like, what the fuck's he doing? I don't know. I'm not even. Listen, I watched the game. It was what was it last? It was last weekend. I watched the game, dude. He threw a bunch of them. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's just like thrown in the air.
Do you think the coach? Do you think the coach had to pull him to the side and say, "Do you understand how this game works?"
Yeah, you trying to fuck us or no? Like,
like that scene from what was Tom Hanks when he coaches the old girls baseball team.
Oh, what was that?
A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at the girl who I think I don't know. She made a play and he's yelling at the girl, whatever, about making the play. But and they would tie the winning run or something like that, whatever, blah blah. And then the girl starts crying, and then he's like, "Are you crying?" There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah. I don't know. That guy must want to fucking hang himself.
The owner of the Jets or Aaron Rodgers?
The owner.
Yeah, well, I would have to believe he would want to, if he really wanted to win, because the money is accounted for beforehand, with ticket sales and TV advertisement and selling jerseys and so on and so forth. They know they could afford to make that money, right?
I think at that age, maybe he does, but in my perspective, it's like he don't give a shit.
Yeah, if he is an owner that's just looking to then again, I don't know. Why would you sign him
at that age?
Why would you sign him for $75 million if you didn't want to win?
It's guaranteed $75 million.
Yeah, guaranteed. So I don't know. It depends. I honestly probably think Aaron Rodgers is really upset about it because when you're an elite athlete, you want to win and you want to play. Like you don't.
Yeah, you're competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an elite athlete.
Me.
I don't know. If you gave me a $75 million contract, yeah, I'm gonna throw that ball right to the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
My ankle.
Yeah. Like when they used to fight Mike Tyson. Remember, they used to just fall over. Go, give me my check.
I'm not getting hit by that guy again.
Give me my check. Oh shit.
How much? 10 grand for fucking 40 seconds.
Yeah. All right. Last funny, not so funny article before we get into the main story. I didn't know this, but in Los Angeles, they passed this bill that apparently if you own a mansion that's $10 million or more and you want to sell it, you have to pay a 5% tax on top of that. So if you own a mansion for $10 million, $500,000 off the top of that when you sell that home goes right to the state government.
And then where's it go?
They say it goes to help the homeless, but I don't see it helping.
Hold on. I saw a fucking article that said homeless, the money spent on the homeless in California, it quadrupled.
Yeah.
And the homeless population grew.
Yeah.
Like exponentially. And it was like, what the fuck?
Because if the problem is sustained, if the homeless problem is sustained, they're going to get federal funding and they're going to have people that have jobs and agencies that work on it. If the problem goes away, forget about the federal funding, people lose jobs, so on and so forth. So I don't think the people in government in California really have any intentions on ending the homeless problem. I think they're actually looking to maintain the homeless problem.
There was one woman that they interviewed, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" She's like, "Oh, I'm a Department of Homeless Services in LA." Like, how much you make a year? Dude, it was like $250,000 a year. It's $250,000. She said.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There are so many jobs at stake. If they ended homelessness,
right?
Dude, so many people homeless because of that.
Yeah.
It's fucking. They keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't deny it.
But
all of a sudden we could fucking. You could house these immigrants illegally, immigrants,
right?
house them, but you can't fucking solve homelessness in the United States.
Good point. Really good point.
So
Right.
then you have the fucking funds.
Right. Yeah. Very good point.
It's fucking. Dude,
Everything's backwards. Everything's backwards. Yeah.
It is. And then you and I will get fucking, and especially you still for the city.
Yeah.
They'll cut your overtime. They'll cut my brother's overtime with the fire department.
Well, we were supposed to get a raise, and we were supposed to get it in July, and then they pushed it to October, and now they pushed it to next year.
You know why? Because someone's got to pay for the Venezuelans coming here.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole country's coming to the States.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
35,000 people every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like they're not coming here to fucking work. They're coming for the handout.
Yeah, right.
Because you're getting $2,200 a month. You get free healthcare. You get a fucking driver's license. You get, whatever you want. Meanwhile, if I go down to the fucking, I don't have the money. I don't have the surcharge for the court fee. They're gonna put me in jail.
Well, the two reasons that they're saying that this is happening is because cheap labor, big pharma, big tech, the food industry, military industrial complex, cheap labor, right? Because you still need people to hone and process the material you need for the stuff, right? And then the other reason, which this is more of a conspiracy, is that the Mexican drug cartels will basically have it easier to get drugs into the country if they have illegal aliens here.
They have an open border right now.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's not conspiracy. It's fucking.
And what blows me away is the people that say we need to be tolerant and loving and accept all people. If you you don't have to. Every time there is a wave of immigration in this country, it has brought crime. It's inevitable. The Italians brought the mafia. When you had the Irish, the whole movie Scarface was about the Cuban migrants coming to Florida, and the main character becomes a huge drug lord. I mean, if you don't understand that, then you're just blind.
Well,
am I right or am I right? Am I right?
You are.
I'm right.
I'm not denying. Listen,
I'm not.
I don't disagree at all.
I know nothing about the restaurant business. What do I know about the restaurant business? Nothing.
Well, if you go to an Italian restaurant, who's cooking your fucking? I'm a Begziti. Who's cooking a Begziti?
It's not grandma.
It's a guy from South America.
Yeah. All right. Main story. Russell Brand. Sexual abuse allegations to Russell Brand. Here's everything to know. Okay. So apparently there was a British TV network, Channel 4, at a 90-minute special of their award-winning series, Dispatches, with extended episodes investigating allegations of rape, sexual assault, and emotional abuse. And so apparently I think there were 4 women. The youngest alleged victim, who is named Anonymous and her fake name is Alice, says she was just 16 when she was assaulted by Russell. Alice says that Russell would send a car to pick her up from school and take her to his home. So you don't know who the person is, and her name is Alice, and she was 16. Okay. The other person was another woman who was anonymous named Nadia, accused Russell of raping her after he convinced her to go over to his house late at night. Details from Nadia's visit to a grape treatment center after the attack are shared in the documentary. Okay. A third woman, anonymous with the name Phoebe, claims that she initially had a consensual relationship with Russell that turned into friendship. However, she says that one day he went to his home to collect items that she'd left there, and he started chasing her while naked. All right. Okay. Now, if he did it, then obviously he should suffer the consequences. The problem is, here's the problem.
So hold on. They were coming out once.
Right.
They all 3 of these people who apparently don't know each other all came out at once.
Yeah, in this documentary. But here's the thing. No charges were actually filed.
So it's accusations. It's just
And then he had a YouTube platform.
They canceled that.
6.6 million subscribers on YouTube.
He was, because he became, I don't like the guy personally, but he became a kind of like a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not a conspiracy when you see it coming to fruition. So one of the things that he basically says is, look, if Big Pharma is in power and makes a lot of money, if the military industrial complex is in power and makes money, then obviously you have to continue to keep things chaotic. You need to sell drugs, you need to sell vaccines, you need to keep going to war in order for these people to make money. And let's exactly right. Or COVID. Yeah. The other thing that is very, very strange, and I sent you all 3 articles. Nobody's talking about these 3. Real Genius star Jarrett accused of trying to meet 14-year-old girl for sex in Santa Monica. Okay. Timothy Schofield found guilty of sexual abusing boy. Timothy Schofield is Philip Schofield's brother, who's a commentator on BBC. And then Hugh Edwards faces months off at BBC investigations because he's also diddling little boys. So these are, 3 not as popular as obviously Russell Brand, but one guy is an actor. One guy is a brother of a BBC commentator, and the other guy is a BBC commentator. And nobody's talking about that.
Well, that's not important.
Yeah. Apparently not. Nobody's talking about the list for the plane list that went to the island.
The guest list.
Yeah. The Epstein Island. That's, we don't need to worry about that.
Who is on that list?
I don't know.
They won't tell you. They'll never tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? And this is my opinion. And it's, I don't know. I guess it's popular between, other channels that I watch, like other podcasts, who I align with.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, like it makes a lot of fucking sense. Like, who the fuck is on that list?
Yeah.
They locked up the Maxwell woman. They have her fucking book. And it's like nobody's like, hey, who the fuck? Who's raping his kids?
Yeah. No, they don't. That's pushed aside. That's buried. That's suppressed. But when somebody speaks out against, the elite and has a huge, and has a huge platform. Here's the thing. Again, if he did it, great. Yeah, but if he did it, not great. But if he did it, then he should suffer the consequences. But here's the thing. No charges were filed. All these women came together in a documentary. You do think you can't dig up? Look, if you look into my past and your past, you could dig up a woman that was hurt or what they claim to be abused or scorned, right? Oh, and would talk shit about. Could you imagine a superstar, comic, movie star that, how many women he's been through that do you think that
all of a sudden,
yeah, do you think you can't find a scorned woman? Obviously you can find plenty of them in his background, but you don't hear about other people that stay in their lane, like a Tom Cruise or a Brad Pitt or Dan whatever his name is, Brazilian, whatever the fuck that his name is. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio will not date anybody more than 27 years old. And even to prove my point, another guy that's speaking out is Robert Kennedy Jr. And there was an assassination attempt on him.
Oh, they're gonna kill him. He's gonna die. Something's gonna happen. He's gonna get poisoned.
Here's the thing. Nobody's talking about the Robert Kennedy Jr. assassination attempt, even though his father was killed and his uncle was killed, right?
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is because he's running for president. And if you run for president, you can get Secret Service security.
Biden is denying him that.
And he's denying him that.
Saying, no, you're not getting that.
I mean, if it's
how much
How much more corruption in your face do you need? How much more? I mean, that is that should be this story should be the number one story. Robert Kennedy Jr. assassination attempt after his uncle was JFK and his father was killed, months after that. I mean, come on.
I'm saying right now, if Trump doesn't run, I'm gonna go JFK Jr.
Oh, 100%. You know what would be great? You know what would be? My wish would be RFK Jr. Yeah. My wish would be that Trump gets knocked out of the Republican, RFK gets knocked out of the Democrats, and Trump makes a phone call to RFK and go, "You ready to do this?" And he goes, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." Yeah. And they run on an independent ticket. Trump for president, Robert Kennedy Jr. for vice president. Holy shit.
Well, that's what they don't want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a good, because man, that is an unstoppable force.
Listen, RFK Jr., he's a Democrat. I never voted Democrat since I'm 18. I was registered, so 22 years. I've never voted Democrat. But if RFK gets the ticket, and Trump's not in it, I'll vote RFK.
Absolutely. Yeah, but my dream is Trump, RFK on an independent ticket. That is
that's what the country needs.
That's what that is my dream, because there are a lot of Democrats that don't align themselves with this woke craziness, right? But they align themselves with Robert Kennedy Jr. because Robert Kennedy Jr. is what a Democrat was 50, 60, 70 years ago. It was like conceivable and reasonable, right? Whereas today with this woke agenda, this nonsense and blah, 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 it's, most Democrats don't align themselves with that. They're just afraid to speak out about it.
Well, get canceled.
Yeah, you ain't just whistling Dixie.